In this video, I'm showing you how I built a fully automated inbound system that qualifies, researches, and books appointments without me lifting a finger. AI handles the initial call, AI researches my lead, and AI gives me a full brief. I don't talk to leads anymore unless I know who they are, what they want, and how I can help them. And by the time I show up, I've got a full snapshot of their business, their pain points, and how I can help. This system can replace hours of repetitive work, and today I am going to show you how I built it, how it works, and how you can literally copy and paste it. So for you to fully understand this, the idea is to implement a voice AI agent that receives my calls and takes the client's information and books the appointment. Once that is done, that information is going to pass through a make.com automation that is going to build me a full report on what this lead wants and how I can help them. So objectives: build an AI voice agent to take my inbound calls for my agency, which is RX Labs, and book me the appointments, and also to get the information from the lead. Then implement an automation to research the lead that called and build a value proposition around the information that I received. Main purpose is to have a fully functional inbound lead generation pipeline that saves me the time of researching the leads by myself. Now the entire flow is to receive a call using an AI voice, take the client information and book the appointment in my calendar. This is being built using retail and cal.com, and then the information from that lead is going to go through an automation that researches the lead and generates me a full report of what they want and who they are. For our first step in our whole system, we need to build an AI voice agent that actually works. So here we are in retail. I modified one that I already had for my own agency, but essentially this is the prompting. So first, the role is that it should book appointments, and it is a dedicated assistant called Sarah. I included some business information here, the purpose, the task, and the conversation flow, which is important because first I need to know the why they're booking a call with me. This is to get a clear understanding and then pass this information to my make.com automation to do the research. Then I also need some key details. I need their full name, email, website, and their date and time for the call. These are all critical for me to know, as these are needed to book an appointment via the call.com API, which I'm gonna then explain to you how to do that. Also, it is gonna confirm the time zone, check the availability using an inbuilt tool here in retail, book the appointment, and then wrap up smoothly. I also included some pronunciation standards for it to speak correctly with my prospect, and at the end some examples and some notes, some extra notes. For voice model, I am using 11 Labs Turbo V 2.5, and the important part here is that I'm using the end call function for my agent to be able to end the call, the book appointment, which is a custom function that I'm going to walk you through just in a second, and the check availability, which is already here. So if you go here to add new functions, you know that retail already has a check calendar availability and a book on the calendar function here built already in the platform. But I am not going to use the book appointment directly from retail because I need to add this extra information for me to do the research. The book appointment function works like this. The name is book appointment, the description, whatever. And this is a URL to a webhook in make.com. Then it's going to receive this information, this payload that I'm going to send, and then it's going to consume an endpoint in the call.com API to create a booking for a specific event. Now here in the parameters, I included a JSON schema to pass all of the information that I need to create a booking to my make.com automation. So I am passing the name, the start time, the challenge, the website, the time zone, the email, and I also set all of those as required as well. Here you have some examples that you can set, but basically for each property you need to define a type and a description that the LLM is gonna use to identify during the conversation and to extract that information from the conversation. So this is gonna pass this information through to my make.com automation, and then I'm gonna use this right there. And the rest is basically just the same. The knowledge base, I didn't include one. Speech settings, didn't touch a thing there. Also call settings, post call analysis, nothing to see there. And the rest is basically standard. Now, as I mentioned, in make.com, this is my first flow. So here I am receiving the information from the conversation in retail. Here you can see that I already run this once, and this is the payload that I am receiving from retail. And then I'm going to use this information, these variables, to map them to an endpoint in the call.com API. So here, basically, this is what I should pass to that endpoint to create a new booking for my event. So the start time, the attendees information, and my extra information, so the website for my prospect and the challenge that it is facing. This is the documentation from that specific endpoint that I'm mentioning. You can see here all the information that you need to create something like this for yourself as well. And on the right side, you can see what information you should include on that post request to be able to consume this endpoint. This is basically the information or the variables that I'm receiving from the call, and I'm mapping them to this endpoint in order for it to create a booking for my event. The setup inside Cal works like this. So I created a new event called Discovery Call, connected my Google account, and here in advanced, I created 2 new fields that are the ones that I retrieved from the call. So the company website and the biggest challenge that my prospect is facing. So when someone wants to book an appointment with me, they're going to need to fill this form. And that is what the endpoint or the previous automation that I showed you is doing. So passing the information from the call to the form that a person fills out when wanting to book an appointment with me. Then I created also a webhook here inside Cal.com that is going to trigger my other automation, the one that does the research when a booking is created. So once the first automation ends, this automation is going to trigger and it's going to create the research for the client or for the prospect that just created a booking with me. And this is the entire automation that is going to create the research for me. So here you can see I am receiving an event that is booking created and a full payload with the responses for the form. So here first I included a filter just to ensure that this is a new booking. Then I set a variable called agency description, and here I am including all the information from my business. So you see here my about us, mission, vision, services, and methodology. And then I created 2 different research nodes using Perplexity and the Sonar Pro model. The first one uses the website mentioned by the person in the call to do the research and include a company overview, market positioning, operational insights, content and branding, and it is going to compile this information into a detailed summary that I'm then going to use as an input to create my whole value proposition for this prospect. And the other research node, its purpose is to use a broad range of external trusted resources to do the research. So not only researching the company's website and what the company mentions inside their own website, but also go beyond the company's own website and explore reputable news outlets, industry reports, etc. I also included here that it should compile its findings into a comprehensive report that can later be integrated with client-provided details on their challenges and our agency's service offerings to identify key opportunities of improvement. So here, essentially with these 2 nodes, what I wanted is to create a full summary of the company's services, niche, and also its reputation from external sources to be able to fit that into an AI then and create my value proposition. After that, after these 2 nodes, then it comes the Anthropic Claude node, which is essentially another prompt. I included a max tokens parameter here, but essentially this task, this LLM is gonna create a well-rounded summary of the company using the website and my previous research. After that, once having the detailed summary for that company, I use an OpenAI node using an O1 mini model because it excels at research and reasoning. And the idea here is to fit the previous information that I have gathered during my entire flow. The task is going to be to uncover valuable insights and identify potential areas where our agency can best serve our prospective client. And this node is going to generate 3 compelling paragraphs to be able to highlight the specific opportunities of improvement. Well, basically here I am telling the LLM what it needs to do in each paragraph. And finally, I am also saying it to include some questions that I can use during my discovery call and feeding the previous information that I have from my flow. So the agency description that I included at the very beginning, the 2 research notes from Perplexity, and the challenge that the person mentioned. This is all the information and all the context that I'm giving it and this is the task to basically to create the value proposition for that specific prospect. Once that is done, there's another note from Claude. Its purpose is to basically format my previous research as a simple HTML for me to send an email to myself with this information once a booking is created. So here you can see that I want to include the name, the email, the website, and the request from the prospect, the company summary that was created previously, and the alignment and value proposition that was created here in my OpenAI node. This is being formatted as an HTML, and then on my other node, which is an email node, I am gonna send that to myself in a very nice and formatted way, so I have the full overview of the company in my inbox. Now I'm gonna jump into a demo to show you first the call that I'm having with my agent, and then the email that I receive from my automation in the background. Okay, so for my demo call, I am gonna impersonate the owner of this business. I have nothing to do with this business, but basically I just did a quick Google research on car dealerships in Miami, and I found this one. It looks like a very nice and experienced business. So I'm gonna impersonate the owner of this business, try to call myself, ask him to schedule a call, and then let's see what the AI can tell me about this business after the research.
Hello, this is Sarah from RX Lab. How can I assist you today?
Hey Sarah, I wanna book an appointment with Juan David, the owner.
Great, I can help with that. Could I start with your name, please?
Yeah, my name is David.
Thanks, David. Why do you want to book a call with RX Lab? What challenge are you facing in your business?
Basically, I am receiving a lot of inbound calls from our customers, and they want to see if an AI can help me automate that.
Got it. We can definitely help with that. When would you like to schedule the call?
Tomorrow 9 a.m. works for you?
Is that in Pacific time?
No, I'm located in Miami.
Perfect, that's Eastern time. Could you please provide your email address so I can send the confirmation?
Yes, my email is judavid.becerra@gmail.com.
Thank you. And could you also share your website with me? This will help us prepare for the call.
Yes, my website is brahmanmiami.com.
Let me check the availability for tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Your appointment is scheduled for tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly, so be sure to check your inbox and spam folder just in case. Looking forward to speaking with you, David.
Sure, thank you. So I just finished my call with my own agent, and as you can see here, my automation is running, my research automation. So let's see if it is correct. So my payload is this one. And I should be receiving right now the email with the client research breakdown. So you can see here now, hopefully you're able to see this, but it says client research and the URL from the client. So this is the email that was generated for my client. Here you have the contact details. I said that I was David. That's correct. My email, my website, and my request or the challenge that I'm facing as a business owner. Here is a company summary. So it says Brahman Miami is a prestigious luxury automotive dealership. Whatever. This seems correct. And it also highlights some key facts for me to know. And this is important. So the alignment and value proposition. So it says Brahman's Miami commitment to delivering exceptional customer experiences in the competitive luxury automotive market is commendable. However, blah, blah, blah. RX Labs, AI enhanced process automation and customer service automation services can directly address this pain point by streamlining repetitive tasks and automating customer support. RX Labs can play a pivotal role in realizing these goals through industry-specific AI solutions and custom AI agents, which is correct. And the other interesting part is this part of questions to ask to the client. So it suggests me to ask these 3 questions. How are you currently managing the increasing volume of customer interactions and operational tasks as you expand your portfolio of luxury brands? Really nice question. What specific goals do you have for enhancing customer personalization and engagement? And how do you envision technology supporting these initiatives? Good. Have you explored the potential of predictive analytics and personalized marketing in your sales and service strategies? And what outcomes are you hoping to achieve through these technologies? Good. This is very good. These key facts and insights, they sound really good. These, of course, depends on your company information that you feed the AI as well, and your prompts, etc. But this is a very, very good starting point for me. Just to know the key facts, the company summary, and also some questions to ask. That's very good. And that was it. Hopefully you enjoyed the whole automation. And if you want the blueprint, the Make.com blueprint, or any of the resources that I used during this video, just comment and I'll get those resources to you. All right, that's the whole setup. Simple, smooth, and it saves me a ton of time. If you're curious about how this can work for you, or you just want to see the AI in action, you can call the number on the screen and have a chat with my agent. My agent will take it from there, and if it makes sense, we'll end up chatting very soon. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.